أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. I recognize the President, very ably represented by the Minister of Defense, the Chief Celebrant, whom we are all here for, and his very strong, able wife, his best part, I won't say better part, his best part, the two musketeers, two presidents, one head of state, then president, one president for 5 years, one a title holder of Sokoto, and the chairman of this occasion. You are shaking your head. I recognize the book reviewer and all serving retired top military, paramilitary officers here, ably led by the Chief of Defense Staff, our Sokoto boy, General Chris Musa. I greet you in the best form of greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I don't know how many minutes I'm given because it's not stated, but even when the chairman said we should take only 5 minutes, he did not include me because he cannot give what he doesn't have. And I will take my time because this is a very, very important program in this country and in the military. And I would like to thank all of you who turned up because the attendance here really showed how serious we are in overcoming the insecurity problem in this country by honoring General Rabo's book and being here. I've seen so many service chiefs retired. I've seen IGs. I've seen so many other people that I know honoring the invitation of Lucky. Lucky, you are very lucky that you can bring this crowd to a book launch that is so important to us. For some of us who have been in the military and are still in the military, we know the importance of your book. And when you call me and then send me the letter, I do not hesitate to accept to be part of this program because of its importance. The 5 minutes given to me by the chairman of the occasion, I will add the minutes taken by the two masters of ceremony. After each speaker has spoken, they will take about 5 more minutes to speak. So plus all the minutes Eugenia and Henry took, I will add those minutes to my own. I would like to thank the book reviewer whom we were together just some couple of days back in Sokoto with General Obasanjo at a very important program. And I would like to also try to, I'm not going to say anything about insecurity or the way to end insecurity or whatever it is. No. I want to adopt all what's been said from the beginning of this program, because these are the ways and means of resolving such issues. But what President Jonathan said, I was expecting him to make a very strong comment about how he really dealt with the issue of Boko Haram, which he used both the military and myself and other stakeholders. But maybe he decided not to because a book is coming after that from him on how I dealt with Boko Haram issue. And let me also correct you, like I'm happy to hear that the Boko Haram is not really Boko Haram, that's not their name. I'm glad to hear that from somebody who is not me. If I were the one who is saying that, somebody would say yes, because I know them. And that's not their name, because I know that they never claimed Boko is Haram. If you have listened to some of their audio, which I had privilege of listening to. They said they didn't say Boko is haram, because so many of them have also gone to school. And they said you cannot open somebody's brain and remove the education in his head. So he had already acquired that knowledge, that education. He's an engineer, he's a doctor, he's whatever it is. What they are saying is that those who have gone to school and are educated are leading bad governments. What they're after is the issue of bad governance, because they want to be free, they want to do whatever they feel they should do. And I want to correct, and I'm glad this is carried on TV, live. I want to correct this wrong notion that people, non-Muslims, hold about jihad. Jihad is not to kill a non-Muslim by a Muslim. Jihad means to strive. And in whatever you do in life, you strive to be the best you can be. You strive to be a good Muslim. You strive to be a good Christian. You strive to be a good farmer or a good engineer. So jihad is not to kill a non-Muslim. That's a wrong notion people have been airing out for decades. And I wrote a foreword on a book. Written by very high stakeholders across the world, published by the King of Jordan. And I wrote that forward, and I believe that book will be brought back again, because it was about 13, 14 years ago, and it talked about the uses and abuses of jihad. Because at the back of the book, I remember very well, because they said one of the most fearsome word a non-Muslim would hear is the word jihad. And it's true, because people have already given it a very negative connotation, but it is not. And so let's live here with that notion that, look, jihad is to strive, it's not to kill a non-Muslim. Because as we know as Muslims, it's in the Holy Quran, you cannot take somebody's life without due process. You cannot kill somebody. Because they said to kill a life, take a life or kill somebody, it's like taking the whole of humanity. That's without being following due process. But these are things that scholars will talk to you about. So let's live here with this notion that jihad is not to kill, because we are living peacefully with one another. I'm a Muslim and I know I'm a Muslim. If you're a Christian, you know you're a Christian. Then when we understand one another, we are better equipped to deal with one another. Because I know who you are, you know who I am. There's nothing you can do to me. There's something I can do to you. Understanding is the most important thing. We understand one another and live peacefully in this country. And I want to also correct the notion that when Bishop Kuka talked about Islamism, you use some words maybe in a wrong manner, or somebody might feel Islam is negative. Islamism is not aimed at seizing power at any particular forum. Islam is after good governance in society. And whoever is there, President Goodluck Jonathan was president, we gave him 100% support throughout his presidency. Nobody said anything negative about it. He knows that and he's here. So Islamism is not what you think it is. It's a wrong notion that you are bringing up here that is to seize power. It's not to seize power. We're after good governance. September 2019, I gave a talk on Islam and good governance in Nigeria. President Buhari was just going in for his second term. After I finished my talk, the following day, papers carried it, I was aiming at President Buhari's second term, because I said things that a good Muslim should do as a leader and what he should not do. And these are written. So we have a code. We have a code of conduct. We have ways and means of life, the Holy Quran and the hadith of our most noble Prophet Muhammad and the consensus of the ulama, that's the clerics. These are three things guiding us. Anybody coming outside this to say things that he really doesn't know about is not speaking, it's not for Islam. Because Islam abhors extremism. Islam abhors extremism. You cannot be an extremist and then claim to be a good Muslim. So let's learn some of these issues. And then when we're talking about insecurity or security in our great country, we have to be careful in how we say things, how we present them. And another particular paper I'm talking about, I gave Bishop Kuka a copy, Islam, what Islam means in good governance. So let's come closer as one big family with different backgrounds and forge ahead to make this country a better country. Because there's nothing anybody can do about a Christian or a Muslim being who he is. Because when we are coming to the world, we didn't beg Almighty Allah to bring us into the world as Muslims or Christians or Jews or whatever it is. He decided in his own right to bring into the world as a Christian or a Muslim or whatever it is. We must learn to respect one another. We must learn to live with one another. We must learn to help one another, because we must be our brother's keepers. And so many Christian leaders here know that. It's in the holy books also that we must be good to ourselves. And I want to thank the chairman of the occasion for coming to Sokoto once more. And I assure you all, we are here to do our best to help our governments at all levels, from the presidency to the states, to National Assembly, to our very gallant military officers and soldiers, because we know what they are doing, we know how they are doing things in a very difficult manners, because I'm a privileged person to sit with them always to discuss what they do, from the CDS down to the service chiefs, and we exchange notes. So people that you sit together with and discuss, you can never be against them. So I count myself as one of them, and I'll forever be one of them, because let me correct people, generals don't retire. Because when you start calling a Rabo general retired, no, he's not retired. He's a general and a first-star general. If Rabo wears his uniform now and march into the field, he'll be fighting insurgents. You can see him how smart he is. So generals don't retire. But I want to commend our armed forces. You are there doing the difficult one for us. And we thank you, and we continue to pray for you, to urge you to continue to do your best. Don't look back. Forget about the comments of other people, the not so good people that always see you as government tools. You are not government tools, you are national tools. You are not for president or governors or whatever. You are for the nation. That's what you should know in whatever you are doing, whenever you're going for operations. You can name 100 operations, it doesn't matter. Those people don't know how you change nomenclature of operations. It's to suit the environment, nothing more. So it's not that you have failed, you have not failed. You are still doing your best. Continue to do your best, and we urge our political leaders, the Minister of Defense is here, give them the best you can give them, and inshallah, we will not eliminate insurgency, but we will use it to the maximum that we can. I mean, to the minimum level that we can go about doing our normal lives. So finally, I would like to also, as somebody just mentioned quietly, maybe do we put together all our service chiefs, both military, paramilitary, lock them in a room, tell them, bring out a solution on how do we end this? Because experiences matter. You cannot buy experience. Somebody who was chief of defense staff 10 years ago, 20 years ago, will still have, how did you do your own? How did you succeed? How did you become short of total success? When you sit down and discuss this, I think you will come up with a very, very important document that you will just march to the commander-in-chief. He will give you the marching orders, give you the resources, and the country will be a much better country. So we thank you most sincerely, and we thank Lucky and your wife. Wish you all the very best, and I wish you also safely back to our various destinations at the end of this program. And I greet you in the best form of greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As always, I tell people, let's tell ourselves the home truth. Let's not hold back. Let's know that, yes, we have conscience. And Amfodio said, conscience is an open wound, only truth can heal it. Thank you.